Hello, hello. We seem to be nicely online. Slightly late. Sorry, guys. So today we are back in Kitahama. We've seen the historical places. We'll see another side. Slightly less interesting, but we'll do another side. Hey, Pei. Welcome. So we are in Kitahama. We are leaving the Osaka stock market. I'm fine. What about you? How are you today? So we are leaving the stock market of Osaka and going toward Tenmabashi. That's the road on which we have the scone place that some of you might remember. So Pei, actually, where are you? In which country are you? So, a nice place here. Old building with a cafe and things. So, going down this street, Italy. Ho studiato italiano un po', però non posso parlare. In Italia va dove? So basically going down this street toward Tenmabashi. We hit here a man-made channel. Right here. So today actually we're gonna see, it's kind of long, so we're gonna see today if we can follow down this channel The channel banks used to be, usable. So we'll see how it goes, actually. So we have to go around this building to see that. That's an interesting room there. So this place is very fancy. This is Spectacon. It's a fancy place. I'm happy they are still open. You have 2 floors, bottom floor and upper floor. And it was very fashionable 2 years ago when they opened, 3 years ago when they opened. It was very popular. So they did open this here. So, okay, I can try to go down. I think it's closed. This used to be fully closed. Now it's slightly open. And why does it have this? That's weird. Okay. Luce colore. So this is a kind of bouquet that is given to a shop that opens in a neighborhood. I guess it might only be their storage. They couldn't keep it in front of the shop, so they put it here. So you have a little sign. So on top it says which store opened, and the bottom says which store offered that bouquet. And here you can see the backside of Spectacon. So they actually use 3 floors now. So you have the cooking floor here, then you have 2 floors for clients. So next to this, actually, here there is a pork meat restaurant. Toratoria. Big bote. So they do pork food that is quite good. Been there once, it was good. A nice place to go to. So let's get back on track. We are going to the riverbank. Wow, that's a steep. These are steep stairs. God. So. So they did make some kind of park along the river. They have some activities from time to time, and usually those old buildings that you have to the side, on the other side actually there are restaurants or cafes most of the time, since a long time ago. And the brand new ones Actually, I've been taking the option to open new windows toward the backside, but in this neighborhood it didn't happen so much yet, but it's coming slowly. You see some reform being done. So since this is a working area, you do have storage by the channel company under the bridges. So they do regulate the level of the water of this channel right here. Here they have a station that lifts up a wall. I don't know how you call those in English. Let me look for a second. Let me expand my English vocabulary. I think I might have known it, but I don't anymore. That's a shame. Where did I put translation on this thing? How come I don't have it now? That's weird. Okay, let me give you a better view and then I will look for my stuff. I think on the other side we have a view of the channel. We can see the entire system. Yes, on this side we can see the system. So here you are. Here you see the wall that they will raise or lower to adjust the level of water. I can tell you from here that actually it's actually closed and the inside channel is lower in water than the river that is at the end of this. I want to have the translation in English. Okay. How do you pronounce that word? Sluice? Slois? Slois? I don't know how to pronounce that spelling. S-L-U-I-C-E? Slois? 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 I don't know. But here you have one. Okay, for the inner channels of the city. So we have the company bureaus beside me, and we do have cafes and restaurants to our right in the buildings. So during daytime you always have people taking a rest of their workday around here. It's pretty usual. So you get guys in nice suits or not, but taking a rest, having a smoke and stuff. So the channels in Osaka are still in use to freight some merchandise to do some freight. So they will carry around brown sugar, for example. I see that often. We have nice cafes to the right. We have Café Age. That looks precious. I think it's a fancy place. They care for what they're doing in there. So as usual, you do get art. Japanese people are always caring to have art in many places. This place is famous because it gets strange sounds. Now actually refurbishing the side of the channel. So what we hear is actually the speaker of the divers. My phone is slightly tilted. Give me a second to try to fix it. Still on. A little bit better. Almost there. Almost. That's almost it. So you see they have the divers on loudspeakers. And because you have the highway on top, when you get sound on this, actually you always get strange sounds. Even without divers. So sometimes they do open that part going further, but today it's not. So if we have a look on this side, I didn't have lunch, so if I find an attractive place I might stop to just get a bite. Yeah, I'm going backwards so far, but it's okay. The venue I chose today is not that long, so I can afford to go a bit further and back. It's all right. So we do have a cafe with a live in there. Nice. Right here. And Cafe Aj is actually closed, but it looks pretty interesting from the outside, right? It looks kawaii. So they provide healthy food, not very cheap but not that expensive either. So yeah, those two places I think are good to remember. You can try to come back by the fall. In the fall we might be able to get a more usual kind of service. The state of emergency is not lifted yet. It's relaxed but not lifted. So cafes are still doing a limited service. So we are in the back of a business neighborhood, the business district actually, Kitahama, where we saw the pharmaceutical companies and things. It's on the edge between that and also the textile village that is centered on Senmabashi. Which is further down the road where the phoenix is. If you remember the phoenix statue decoration we saw, those places are connected, and so it's textile you get there. It was a district for textile. Here was pharmaceutical and other financial businesses. Hikari Masuda solo exhibition. Okay. Some art display there. So here all those bridges are kind of old. They have been remade 20th century, but they kept a look from back in the Meiji period when they were changed from wood to stones. You do have some funny looking buildings around here. You can really see all kinds of architecture. Escape. What language is that? Escape. Large and espresso. Looks fancy. Nice. Seems to be a fancy address for local people. So maybe you can have real Italian espresso in there. Escape. So you see, when I told you that we were on the textile district, here we have a weird building with leftovers, trash, textile trash. So we have some very tall buildings with apartments. So those all have a little of greenery around. A little Koban, isolated. So we are still following the channel. The channel is under the highway to the left. You see that we have a big building to our left. We will go check this out after. First we will go down straight to the avenue and then we'll move to the big building. Lamen Place to my right. To my left I have an exit of the suspended highway. So you have the highway above the channel, okay, and you have an exit here. So behind the buildings we do have a ramp going up to it. Stop. I don't have the green guy anymore. So here we have a Spanish restaurant, La Oliva. Cocida Española, La Oliva, tapas, vinos, pinchos. And next to it we do have a cafe, Green Grass. I think they do roast their own. I think it's one of those fancy places. Let's wait for Hanada Coffee to be gone. Obviously they are not delivering here, so we don't care. Let's give it 2 hours. Here we go, Green Grass with takeout. They have menu with drip coffee, cafe au lait, Code blue. Code blue. One more mistake between R and L. The very usual mistake for Japanese in English. Oh, chou à la crème Hamadaya. So it is a cafe called Chou à la crème Hamadaya. They do have lunch food as well. Should I go there? I'm getting quite hungry, I have to say. So we are reaching the avenue with the Phoenix. So the Phoenix was down the street over there. You know, after that building you see there, it's right behind that. So we are not far from there. Here we have a police station. And the building I want to show you that is right next to me is difficult to show right from the bottom. So I need to cross to give you the view of their facade that is quite interesting. So we will cross to see it and come back. So sorry for the lot of waiting on the side of the road, but so okay, here we go. So why do I want to show you this building? It is because of its facade. So let's see if the gimbal can catch up. And here is the facade of the building. So you have a canoe with its trail on the water. So it's not a painting, it's actually the way the facade is actually carved. You do have something that looks like a canoe fixed on the front of this building. So if I move 2 meters away, can I get... I cannot get enough of the building, but... that will be the best view. Inuvik will have to work his magic to make the capture of this one. If I take it to the side, can I get more? Barely. No. So it's gonna be up to Inuvik's magic. So what is hidden behind this building? It is actually the Entrepreneurial Museum of Challenge and Innovation, among other things, that is behind this facade. So this is the usual entrance. So as you can see, it is closed. You usually go down there to get to the museum. We will do it as soon as we can when it's opened. Still the same issue as usual, you know. The state of emergency still going on. And so the building is the Osaka Business Innovation Center. So this facade is cool, and the inside is interesting as well. I will not spoil. If you want to be spoiled, you can go online to check it out. But it's kind of interesting. Those two women in front of us, they are actually indicating the way to go to a vaccine center for COVID. So the city is reforming the riverbanks. You see, they remade that side already completely. It's not reopened, but I didn't see any entrance to it. Maybe way in the back there, but I'm not sure. And you see that the right side, the opposite side, is on its way. There is a small pier, so that's what the divers are working on the down there. So you see that they are basically working on the touristic value of these kind of spots. So since they have a pier here, I think that you will have more tourist boats activities. In the future. Osaka was a city of water for the country. It had that reputation, so I guess they want to value it more with the increase of tourists they had in the recent years. So we are at the bottom of the big roundy building, which is called the City Plaza Osaka. So we won't have much surprises here, you know. From the bottom you can see that some part of the round thing is actually a chapel for weddings. When you get in, you have a nice entrance, very fancy. So it's basically a wedding venue with a hotel and things. The inside decoration is quite nice. So you have a Tully's cafe in here. You have the wedding booking place. And there you do have the concierge of the business, and you do have a restaurant here. which is Rivage. With a mix between usual hotel food and traditional Japanese. Slightly pricey. Lunch is 3,000 yen and dinner is up to 4,500. But not too bad though. So you can get married in here with a fake priest who is a white guy and things. To have a white guy pretend to be a priest is very fancy. So, you know, people pay for that. This poor woman seems very tired. We'll go check the businesses on that side, and then I will go back to the other side of the channel, the regional plan. Sorry, there is a lot of wind today, so pretty sure it's not so great on the mic. But there is not much I can do at this stage for that. So we have a Mexican food place, Mexican food and bar that seems to be fancy. Tacos, mole, poblano. They have vegetarian and vegan food, they say. To that title, it is a good address. Lanterno, Rhinoceros. Few places like look like bar and snacks. And places like this. Poirot, some kind of a French. So we do reach a curve here. You see that it's been walked on. We go down. I don't know how far it goes because they make sections. Yeah, it's just a little park at the moment. Quite ancient actually. They basically only made a park. You cannot keep going on the bank. So we cross over the channel again, get back to the original side. And we'll keep following the water up to Tanimachi something. Tanimachi Q might be coming. We should have the Ikutama Jinja entrance over there. Here we have police officers with patrol cars. This is one of their garage. They do not all have the fancy car. Some of them have the, box on wheels. You see the intricate system of highways. We have like 4 in front of us. That place is funny looking. Otsumori Soha. It's a place all in length under a veranda. Not so many seats, but I think it can be a cool place to come eat a bit, have a drink. It's unusual. Unusual is good for the setting. So what we reach here is the Samba buildings. We are reaching the last one, or the first one, according to the site from which you start. This is 1 out of 10. So it's basically businesses installed under the highways. So here you have an access ramp here. So you get only 1 floor at first. Then it goes up to 2 floors. And later on, it goes up to 3 floors and 4 floors. When you don't have any access ramp anymore, when you have just the highway at full height, you have 4 floors of offices under. And that is one of the main places for the textile industry in Osaka. In the past, maybe in Japan, but now I would guarantee only for Osaka. That we will explore. Not today, but someday. Because, I need to test connection and things for that. It's an inside building, concrete, steel. It's a lot of technological challenges. So what we'll do is get close to the water to see what happens to that channel we've been following. Okay. We do have a funky building here. What was the purpose of that? So you just have the place to climb up, and you have like a staircase and 2 or 3 rooms. You have 3 floors. I don't know if it's rooms every time. Or actually it's for the sign that you can see on the highway. This is for the highway signalization. That's the technical rooms for the big signs to give instructions to people on the highway. It's a closed parking. I cannot go on the other side to show you what it looks like. Too bad. So we are back. You see, they have cleaned up all the side of the river, so I think they will make some reforms to open it to pedestrians and this kind of people. So we are crossing a bridge on top of this channel that the Japanese call the Higashi Yokobori River. And so, since we are on a bridge, water is over there, goes under. So we should find it on the other side of this big boulevard. Let's go see that. Oh, but first we have some traditional building to the left. We cannot miss that. We do have our shrine for the day. If I understand what they say, they prefer people to access from the other side. This is just because of the cats, they say. So we'll go around. Not sure exactly of what it says. So, but there are the kanjis of interdiction. They talk about a positive thing about cats. So I think they opened this place for cats to go through, but they don't really want people to go through, as far as I understand. I don't think it was forbidding to feed the cats, because I didn't see the kanji of food. So this is a eatery place, neighborhood. Lots of small restaurants down from Tanimachi-Q. So here we are. We're on the, didn't take long to be on the right side. So we're here on the right side. The Tori, Shimenawa. So let's get in. One bow, don't walk in the center. Usually wash your hands, but this is on hold at the moment. Very local, very small Jinja shrine. You have Komainu with dedication ropes. This is the A. This is the M. You see that some people live right above the shrine, and some people actually live with the opening on the shrine grounds. That must be the family of the shrine. So, can we have anything nice of a view with the Komainu? Not quite. Anyways, so we go here. First, money. Then bow twice. Clap your hands. And bow. You have an inari to the right of the shrine. Here. It's a different kami, so you can bow again at the tori. Okay. There is no donation box, so we will leave the money on the little stairs. And once again, we won't ring because of Corona, so you bow. You clap. and you bowl. They have a quite new office building. They do have a small garage for the portable shrine for the Omikoshi. So I think they are doing not too bad. So going up, we came from the right, following the water. We see some holes in the ground, so it goes under the different roads we have here, and it's out again on the other side, so we will get there. Well, this crossing is pretty huge, so you have to take overpasses to cross. You don't have any solution to cross on the ground. And here we get our river again. Here it is. So we'll get back to the same side. We see that the side has been cleaned up. It's not reformed. It's not opened. So we'll have to go through the side roads. So textile here of that man. We are on one of the extremes of the textile district. We have a lady with style coming up to us. So they have been taking down lots of buildings, old buildings along those roads. Textile again, this one. Those companies are dead, for those places at least, or dying. It's really the last generation. And I think that taking those buildings down, they will make parks and accesses for people, new tourist attractions. Indian restaurant, we have quite a few in Osaka. The card game free space, interesting. We have an old style bridge. The bridge is quite new. It has been reformed and refurbished more likely. But they keep the style of the reform of Osaka during Meiji period and beginning of the 20th century. Beginning, actually, the first third, the pre-war. The backside of some big companies of textile around here. All eateries that are usually open at that time are closed now. You usually can eat easily late in Osaka, but these days it's not possible anymore. This company is making uniforms for cooks, and they have the offices have a old style design. It's like they are. When you see the bottom, it's a modern building, but if you look on top, it's a traditional house design. That's pretty interesting. Nice effort. So the river is still to our left. We are following the river nicely. You can see it to the left. Under the highway. Oh, look! What do we have to the right? Come on, go faster. Okay. Look, we have a temple here. Let's go have a look. Big one. So the way the building is made, the size, it looks like a temple. Some part of the design is what you see more likely these days in a shrine. So we have to go check out which one it is. I think it is a place of doubt. So give me a second, I will turn to the place. So this is it. So, what do you think? Interestingly enough, the name doesn't have any reference to, the name doesn't have the kanji of temple and doesn't have the kanji of shrine actually. You usually have some easy to recognize Chinese ideograms to make up your mind, but actually here it's not providing any. So I think it's actually a place for one of the new beliefs that is a mix that is called basically New Shinto. I think it's one of those places. Yeah, my surprise was not fainted. I have no idea what this place is. I've never seen it before. So it looks like the cult, one of the new cults, took over an ancient place. I guess it was a temple before, not a shrine, but they took it over. And well, it's not really of any attractivity at the moment. We'll keep having a look at that. I will memorize the place. I mean, Google Maps will remember it for me. and I'll follow the evolution. So let's go back close to the water. It's repos, okay. Then it's repos, mon cher. Okay. I think they used to have a school with it, but they don't anymore. I will get info about this place, that's intriguing. A big distribution center to the right. So even though this is downtown, it's a not so traveled area. If you live here, you come here to do stuff, but it's not a place where you come to do things. Some kind of shitamachi, basically. Bienvenue à Monsieur Incognito, alors. So we are still following the water that is under the highway to our left. Ça perd l'hypopète, je suis repéré. O genki desu ka, o genki desu yo. I'm going around some interesting, uncommon neighborhoods. So here is a French place. Bistro Mousqueton. Never been here actually, so I don't know. So what about you, Novik? How are you? Comment ça va, Master of Clips? Lord of Captures? So you see that we have a bridge over there. So we'll keep to this side because the other side of the river is actually an interesting place that we will do at a different time. For those losing their marks, actually, down this street, down this avenue is Shinsaibashi with Cartier and Louis Vuitton's old old shop and also what's the name of those places? The Dior Channel. They are down this road. Je vais not bad except for the weather. The weather is cool in Osaka. Not too hot, a bit windy, so sorry for the microphone. Not so humid because, thanks to the wind. Blue sky, nice weather in Osaka. You should be here. That is why I don't fear the rainy season in Osaka, because we get a few days of rain, yeah, sure, but it doesn't last. It's not an everyday, all day long thing. It's really not bad at all. That's been for years like this. You're flying in tomorrow? Yeah, please. So that restaurant was a very highly reputed place, and it went under, I think. So we are on the backside of Shinsaibashi. Fujimaru. Ça m'a plu avec la JK, ouais. Mais à un moment j'ai douté si celui de gauche c'était une gonzesse ou pas en fait. J'ai bugué et... j'ai hésité pendant un long moment sur... C'est vrai que c'est de leur portrait craché. Hein. Mais biologiquement, je me suis posé des questions. Et du coup, ça fait une fille très musclée, très moche quand même. So all those small bridges have some kind of historical side to them. So you have explanations all in Japanese, but they have been remade, or they have kept some part of the previous versions. And they do have a historical value for Osaka City. J'ai regardé 3 fois, ouais. Moi j'ai Keblo en fait. Même après les avoir dépassés, j'étais encore Keblo. So we will climb on the next bridge so that you can have a feel for the water again, because we've been off the water for a little while now. Because the point of today is, on est entre nous, mais il faut faire gaffe au Twitch. En parlant des gens, j'ai pris 2 bannes sur Twitch. Oh. Ça va, je crois qu'on n'est pas nombreux sur mon channel. Oh, another temple. Guys. So let's take a turn and have a look at it. Then we'll get on the bridge. Ça marche, tu me raconteras sur Discord. So before to get on that bridge, oh guys, we found a pearl. Inuvik, look at this that we got. The Kamen Joshi Theater. So I haven't shown you yet, but there is a band of idols that actually are wearing masks during their performances, or most of them. So here is their how to say, their HQ. This is their place, that's their theater. And they're all already making jokes, you know. We are playing a performance almost every day and wearing a mask. Well, it's in their stuff usually anyways, so. I did see them perform and they're all right. You know, idol band, but still, you know, they're all right. So I have 1 or 2 pictures of them, so I will show them in the Discord. I think it's definitely a very Osaka experience. I think I do recommend it. When work goes on again, I might even treat myself to one of their concerts to have the feel of it. I only saw the public ones, so I might want to see the private ones. Might be of a higher level. So we are back on our quest for the temple I saw. Here we have a Supatamade. I went around the block the wrong way. I took the long way. One world, one family, guys. It is nice looking. So I guess this makes it a Shingon temple, I guess. It's a nice place. Oh, it's actually the same than the one before. Same place than before. I cannot improve the contrast. So it's Tenrikyo and one world, one family. Then I got okay, so they have a doctrine of unification, and I think they live in communities. So that's one more place. I will do my research later. Religion is not my forte, so I need to get data. Some construction going on. And that's two huge spaces they have there. That Tenyokyo. Merci. Je te fais confiance. Ce sera mieux que ce que j'arrive à faire, donc pas de soucis. So let's get a feel for that river we have been following, starting in Kitahama from the main river, the Ogawa. We are currently behind Shinsaibashi, and I guess those of you with a feel for the city will probably have guessed where we will arrive. So here is the river. It is still going on, so we will keep going on our journey. We don't have much longer. So if any of you have guessed where this is leading, don't hesitate to share your guesses in the chat. There is no spoiling, don't worry. Okay, my phone for the chat is dying. I need to connect to a battery. Give me a second. Yeah, over there you do have a shrine or a jizo or a gate, I don't know. Just a sec, just dealing with the batteries. Getting there. putting the charge, dealing with the wires, not the way I should have. Let's do it again. Here it's done the right way this time. Okay. Put those away. I'm almost done. Okay, so following the river, we started in Kitahama on the Ogawa. Tu as vu le film Onibi? Non, ça ne me dit rien. So here to the right we will have a church. To the left we have a home that doubles as a restaurant. So here to the right we have the Osaka Central Baptist Church. Salut tonton Cédo, ça va bien aujourd'hui, ça va. Et toi? Sur le point de faire une petite balade en vélo? C'est dodo cola mon petit frère. Oh punaise inuvique. Oh mon dieu. Ah les dad jokes. On est grave. Il fait beau à Osaka aussi, un grand soleil, grand ciel bleu. Tout pile poil, pas trop chaud, on a du vent. So here you might have a strange feeling because, you know, you see that we have buildings facing us on the second row. That's pretty strange. What could be in front of that? So here they have usually a park that is accessible, but they closed it. You know, Corona is very dangerous at night in parks, so they closed it. Va falloir un vélo électrique, hein. Si tu veux faire ça dans la journée, un gros vélo électrique. So, our little river we have been following since Kitahama, since the space, well, is taking a turn right here. See, it's a 90 degrees turn basically. Rounded to make sure, you know, no overflow, but you see, it does make a turn. So we will follow it after the turn, not as well as I had planned. Ce sera en plusieurs étapes, ok. C'est une étape, c'est plus un Tokyo Osaka, c'est un tour du Japon dans ce cas-là si tu fais des étapes. So the river is to our left. Lots of closed buildings and closed businesses around here. Tous les canaux ressemblent là où je... Salut Chenail. Ah, mais là Chenail quand même, hein, partant de Kitahama, on a fait un tout droit à partir de Kitahama. Et maintenant, on est parti à 90 degrés, tu sais où on arrive. 483 km, ouais, oh. Avec un bon vélo électrique, ça passe. And so, you realize that having taken the 90 degrees turn, on that Yokobori Gawa, we end up on what is commonly called, renamed once the turn is done, Dotonbori. So that is why you can have some interesting tours on boats in Osaka, because the important places, the interesting places, are connected to each other through the channels. Another day we will keep going on this road beyond Dotonbori to see that it goes to the sea, but sans s'arrêter, sans prendre l'autoroute, 11 heures de voiture. Ouais, ça, sans autoroute, ça paraît réaliste, oui. So you can take a boat either from Dotonbori right here or the river close to Kitahama. We've seen it before, a bit before Kitahama, around Sakuranomiya. You can ride on the boat, and the boat will come up to this place, actually down Dotonbori and back. Sometimes go around, but it's not on every plan. But it's a standard option you get to visit the city. Un gros vélo électrique, hein, c'est un gros vélo électrique. Ça s'appelle une moto même des fois en fait, à ce niveau-là. So we will go closer to Dotonbori itself to finish the stream, and I will go take a train at Nipponbashi. Okay, this shop is brand new opened, and they have been very welcomed. Import products. It's a place. Yeah, it's a Asia supermarket. I guess it's cool, and they have a regular accommodation building above with a nice Tori presentation at the entrance. That's a cool place. That's nice. So I will move to the right like everybody else. Hotel Bizen to my right, which also doubles as a hotel. A Chinese restaurant here. We're really on the back side, you know. It's a place where people live, come to the people who work back there, over there in the bars, go live around here. You do get a nice temple here. I know that Chinese tourists come to visit it. It must be related somehow to some of the Chinese beliefs. Because when I saw them, they were not coming to take pictures, so I think it must be a same name or something then. Some of their own, I guess, in Taiwan. So yeah, it's around 5, so I guess workers of the night are getting ready. Merci beaucoup, tonton Cédro. Je te souhaite la même réussite si tu ne l'as pas déjà. So this is the corner for the hosts, right here. That's where the hosts hunt. You know, you have their big faces on the walls, and they will be hunting down here. And here we are on the Dotonbori River, as they say, and the Dotonbori Street on the side. A bit on the wrong side. I am against the sun, but you know. Just came by the wrong side, it's alright. So this back part in this block here, it's a bit dodgy with a lot of hotels and a lot of businesses, so I will not go film in there. Something I would dare to do only in the morning. In the afternoon like this, it's just, you know, looking for trouble. So we're reaching our previous target, you know, that was where we left Crows last time. To notice that this side of the street you have the bicycle and motorcycle race betting place. So just like for horses, you can bet on Kaylin and auto race. So bicycles and motorcycles races on which you bet. So you remember the Tori restaurant I showed to Cross the other day? That building, on top of it, you do have a big chicken. I guess the sun, so it's not that easy to see, but you have a big chicken on the roof. So for those of you who need landmarks, the street going down here is the street of Denden Town. The block to the left here, it's around Kuromon Ichiba. And the station under our feet is Nipponbashi Station, where you have 3 lines, 2 subway lines, the Sakai Suji, the Senichi Mae, and also a train line, the Kintetsu line. So this is it for today. We followed the river, or we followed the channel from the river to the place of interest. We saw a few little things that are noticeable. Thank you for following me today. If you want more, if you have questions in whatever you need, you can find me on my different social networks. Thanks for following, and see you tomorrow. One more thing to plug. On Wednesday we will have an interview. It will be well, an interview that will talk about animation. It's not gonna be a talk about the brand new things, but a different approach. So, you know, you might want to leave an ear if you're interested in that. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow or on Wednesday. Bye.